Start by saying that I haven't been on here in a while, at least a week or something. I didn't make any videos. I'm sorry. Let's see. I've been having a little bit of anxiety, but um, it's going away slowly but surely. But um, it's amazing. I am really tired. I think when your nervous system is really overloaded and it just becomes like on fire because you don't let all that stuff out. Um, you're so hyped up all the time because your nervous system has got you going that when you finally start coming down off this and it starts slowly going in the opposite direction, um, to rest and digest is what they call it, that you start becoming exhausted because your body is calming down, your nervous system is calming down. You don't have as much adrenaline. So you're really tired, you don't have a lot of energy. A lot of people I've talked to about this have said the same thing. They just have no drive and they're so tired and exhausted after a time of this. I think it's been over a year for me. Not quite two, but it's been a good journey. So I'm really tired. I don't have the drive I did. I'm just thinking to myself, well, you don't have the drive that you did. I was always going, pushing myself. But I think it's okay. You don't have the drive that you did, and that's okay because you can't keep pushing yourself. You have to take care of yourself. When you start getting back to normal, your nervous system calms down and you get off this merry-go-round, you you do need to take time for yourself and relax and say no to a lot of things that you always would say yes. I never said no. I'd always say yes, even if I was exhausted. Everybody always came before me. Um, Everything always came before me. I would always put myself last. So this is really, really good. I'm tired and I'm just letting things go. And I'm like, okay, I'll just do it another time, or I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll eat first, or I'll relax first. If I want to do this, I'm going to do it first. It's good to take time for yourself and realize that your body is really important. Your needs are really important. Um, all those things like pushing yourself, like, I mean, I would push myself and push myself. And if I was hungry, I'd wait. Well, you can wait. If I had to go to the restroom or something, oh, well, you can wait. Just everything. Just wait, wait, wait. If I didn't get enough sleep, we'll jump up and go do what you've got to go do because you've got to get it done. It's okay to lay there and relax. It's okay to sit down and eat and let everything else go for a minute. It's okay to relax. It's okay to take care of you. It's super important. I never realized that. My whole life, I never realized that my body could go haywire on me. I never realized that feeling my emotions was really important. I never realized that 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 I should come first and I should take care of myself and I should take time to de-stress and I should, that all this stuff is important and we never really think about it or realize it um, until we're forced to. Like when my nephew passed, all kinds of things were happening. I was trying to, I wanted to help my sister and I wanted to carry the burden and I never thought to like look at anything and go, well, maybe this isn't okay. Maybe you should take it easy. Maybe you should take time to depressurize or um, now I realize the importance of it. And now I feel so much more stronger. Like, since I've gone through this, they say to feel it and if you feel well, it's just adrenaline. And if you feel the adrenaline starting and you feel it building up, you just need to just sit back and just let it go through you. Eventually you'll get to the point where you'll finally come to realizations about it. You do it enough times and you sit through it. Oh, those are super hard. I used to come in my house and I used to not be able to be in here. My nervous system was so, I don't want to explain it. It's like it was just on fire, and it just was a mile a minute inside. Everything was, and all I felt was just intense fear. So I would lay down on my couch and I would listen to there's some really good hypnotizing stuff on YouTube. I would listen to the videos. Michael Seeley is a really good one. I would just listen to them talking, and I'd try to just, close my eyes and just concentrate on that. And it would always calm me down and help me, but I would have to lay on my couch and it was so intense. I would have to just try to force myself to be in my house. It was, I have finally found peace. That's what I call it. It's that calm feeling now that my nervous system is calming down. I call it peace. It is peace. You find peace. Peace will come again. I used to pray for peace. I used to say, I just want that peace again. Give me peace. I just want to feel peace. And now I am again. And I never really thought that I would, but it's true. Your nervous system, anxiety is a word. They use it, for the definition really is that your nervous system couldn't take all the stress anymore, and your nervous system in your body just went haywire, and you just have to heal. And when they say be patient, that is no lie. You have to be patient. You have to wait and wait, and the waiting is hard. I still feel funny at times. I still feel it creeping in, and then I just tell myself there's not one damn thing you can do about this. There's not one thing you can do, and it's going to be okay. And I started finally healing, I think, when I finally started saying stop fighting. I don't know what it was. It was just stop fighting, and stop fighting with yourself up here in your mind. I would be trying to figure out ways of what's happening. Why is this happening right now? Why do I feel this way? You got to stop asking it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing to do. You just got to sit down and let it go through. And the more times it goes through you, the less and less scary it becomes. There was some point where I stopped taking things. I was taking, I took antidepressants for 2 months. I stopped doing that because I felt horrible. It works for some people, and that's awesome and amazing, and I know people that it's worked for. But for me, I didn't like it. So I stopped after 2 months, and that was really hard. And I maybe took some things to help calm my nerves. And that came to a point where I was like, okay, no more of this. Nothing really helps. So I just came to a point where I stopped taking anything. And the more and more I faced it, the more and more I stopped fighting, that's when the healing started. That's when the fear started backing off. Um, it's a really funny thing. It's like, I know I had a broken arm when I was a little girl. Um, I fell off a swing set and my arm was underneath me when I landed on the ground and it busted. My wrist busted, and my wrist was like against my inner arm, just hanging there. So, and it took time. It took time. I had a cast. And I remember waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to get the cast off. I think it was like a year or something. It felt like forever. But that's kind of how this is. You just wait and wait and wait. And then suddenly you slowly, and it's a slow, slow process. I've never experienced anything quite like it. But eventually you'll start noticing very slowly. The concept of time with this is really different. I'll have like 4 good days and I'll feel like that was like a week or 2 weeks. It feels like forever, like, oh, and then, but as soon as you have even a little bit of it, you feel like it's the worst day ever, even though it wasn't at all. And then you can look back and go, oh, that wasn't really that bad. But when it's happening, it feels so bad, the adrenaline. But patience. I watched all these videos and they were always saying, be patient, be patient. And I was like, oh God, I can't, oh my God. It was just every day, but then all of a sudden my nervous system started healing, and I started feeling better and better, and more and more of just peace. And but it's going to take time. And then you're going to be tired because your brain's going to be going back into normal mode, and you're going to feel exhausted. And sooner or later, that also starts going away. You start feeling more and more and more, but it's such a slow process. And I want everyone to just be patient and know that if you just stop fighting it and stop thinking about it, I know that's really, really hard, but when you stop fighting, it feels like when you tell yourself there's nothing I can do about this, and don't race to recovery. Don't keep thinking, I just can't wait to get better. I can't wait to get better. Don't do that. Just say, okay, this is it, and this is as good as I'm going to get. And I'm just going to live my life and just keep pushing forward. And eventually your brain very slowly gets it. And there is no race to recovery. You are recovered. Live your life like you're recovered. That's the best way to do it. Stop fighting. Stop trying to think of ways that you can feel different. Just accept that you feel the way you feel. And you can feel those feelings. You're not going to get hurt. Nothing's going to hurt you. You're going to be okay. Yeah, just, I know it's hard. I'm just coming out of it, and I still come in my house, and I'll still try to go walk in the bathroom where I had such intense anxiety, and I'll sit there, and I'll make myself sit there, and even if I'm just feeling a little bit of the, what, your brain just gets so, it forms habits, and the habit of me not liking to be in there, I go in there, and the brain wants to grab onto that, and I'm like, well, we're done with that, because that, that habit is slowly but surely dissipating. It's going away. So there'll be little lingering things, but eventually those two will go. So just know that you will get better. I never thought I was going to get better, and I am getting better, and I am having peace, and it's amazing, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, sure, not every day is perfect. I'll have days where I'm like, oh God. Well, seems like a couple weeks ago I was having like 3 good days, and then I'd have the first day it would be like a little bit of anxiety when I woke up in the morning and I feel it in the pit of my stomach, and I would be like, oh no, then like starting to freak out. But then it would kind of subside. It wasn't so bad. But as long as you don't freak out and just as long as you don't freak out, you just calm down and just say to yourself that eventually you'll start realizing it can't hurt you. And you'll start realizing, and it's really weird that you'll start thinking, wow, this is silly. And I never thought that I'd feel that way about it. And now I'm starting to look at it and go rationally and go, oh my God, this is really silly. The whole concept of anxiety is, but you end up coming out the other end. And I just want everyone to know that it really is true that you can. And I just never thought that I would. So just keep and I didn't think I could keep going either. I thought I can't keep like facing this and facing this every day. But I am, and I and it's getting better and better. It is helping. It eventually starts taking, and you really don't think it will, but it does. So I just want everyone to know that everything's going to be okay. And this might make you feel alone, but you're not alone. Um, it's just adrenaline. Well, that's all it is. It's going to be okay.